Finals just had a brand new update 4.4. We'll go over all the details and the changes there with that. With that also comes a new store update. However, that also brings in some battle pass and store controversy. Additionally, we'll cover some community mentionables as well as PSAs. We got a ton to talk about. What's up, world? We should be back in another video. Today we're checking out all things the finals. Okay, so as usual, we'll jump right into the patch notes and the opening statement. However, today's opening statement is by CM Jackdaw. Of course, they mention here, don't think we forgot to prepare for Halloween next week. Update 4.4 brings some spookiness into the finals. Dress up in your most ghoulish setup and shivers down enemy contestants' virtual spines as an underworld outcast, and get trick-or-treating before the season ends. There may even be something in it for you next week. Last up here, he does mention that this patch also ensures your experience of scaring your opponents is smoother with a bunch of bug fixes and balance changes, including the introduction of a system that'll reward you for your environmental eliminations. Now jumping over to the patch notes side of things, the opening statement is nearly the exact same as the one on the Discord. However, we do have this bottom portion here that says check out and stay tuned for a World Tour update, as well as setting a spooky stage for things to come. And last up here, a new set of Twitch drops to collect as we creep closer to the Friday night. Now, as of right now, there is no Twitch drop campaign, at least on the Twitch side of things, or showcased as of yet. Seems like they're still working on those, and when they do drop those or showcase imagery for that, I will be sure to cover that for you guys as soon as possible. However, now we get into the actual patch notes side of things. So first up here, we do have balance changes. Starting off here, we have the weapon changes, and we only have the sledgehammer, which is getting some nerfs. They decreased the sweep duration of the secondary attack by 25%. The width of that secondary attack also went from 35 centimeters to 25 centimeters, and they increased the width of the primary attack from 12 to 15 centimeters. So a bit of a buff there, but also some nerfs to that secondary attack. These changes make the sledgehammer's hit sweeps more accurately match the attack animation, which they hopefully make the weapon feel more reliable for its victims. They have noticed that in some cases, players will be hit despite the sledgehammer's model not passing near them at all, which could cause a lot of confusion. So the hitbox of the sledgehammer should feel more accurate there. Jumping down, we have the content and bug fixes. Animation had an audio issue when looping and vaulting. Also had another audio fix here. They replaced the CO-40 grenade impact sound to lessen the air fatigue, which it was sort of loud. For bugs, they fixed an issue with DX11. Certain goo usage would result in players bypassing collisions. Players could permanently become invisible during a round, and also an issue where it caused destruction to appear out of sync. Cosmetics had an issue where stuck on you sticker on the F-car sticker could be floating when using the iron sights. Contracts got rebalanced, some of the distance-based contracts to make achieving them a little bit better of experience. We have a whole category here for environmental eliminations. They updated that entire system to detect and reward players for environmental downs and elimination. Even where players would fall out of bounds due to the actions of another player, they gave examples of the system, removing the floor from underneath a player, blocking a player with a goo or a thrown carryable, destroying a zipline carrying a player, firing a player out of a level with a jump pad, lifting a player out of a level with an anti-grav cube, pulling a player out of the level with a winch claw, knocking the player out with the charge and slam, and causing a player to fall out of the level using the gateway. The dev note here, this is the first iteration of the system, and there's quite a few knobs to turn since there's a huge amount of ways in which a player can end up falling out of bounds. They mentioned they can't track all types of interactions due to the infinite amount of possibilities, including exceptions such as physics to physics interactions, but they've tried to catch most of the common ones. They'll keep on iterating and try to address as much feedback as possible in the coming releases. Next up, we have our section for gadgets. Anti-Grav Cube had a fix for various unintended bugs. The dev note here was, with these fixes, the age of the goo plane is over. They loved your imagination with these creations, but this is not a form of locomotion they ever intended for the game. As well as being counterintuitive for many players, they can also feel negatively impacted with the pacing, so they have unfortunately removed the goo plane. They did add squad colors to the glitch trap. RPG had an issue where the restock ammo was too early in the reload animation. Practice range got a fix here where practice dummies would block explosive damage. We also had several map fixes, including one with Monaco that got an additional exit point at the top of the alley zipline, allowing players to jump directly on the opposite rooftop. Kyoto also got a small flow improvement on the side of the pavilion, preventing players from getting stuck between the bamboos or snagged on lanterns. They also added a new option called Resolution Scale Mode. When TAAU is selected as the resolution scaling method, this new setting defaults to the auto option, which selects resolution scaling automatically based on your screen resolution. The alternative manual option allows you to adjust the resolution scale value with the resolution scale slider, just like before. I'm sure this probably helps a lot of ultra-wide monitors. They also adjusted the way GPUs FSR2 and XeSS are selected by default. Of course, they mentioned both of these high-quality techniques that are not suitable for low-end GPUs. For low-end GPUs, TAAU will be the default resolution scaling method from now on. I know some people have wanted TAA to be disabled in general, or at least to get a different option there like DLAA. Hopefully we do get some additional methods there. Typically, if you have DLSS on, you really don't even need TAA. But yeah, for low-end GPUs, of course if you have an RTX, you should be using DLSS. Or at least if you are using an upscaling method, that's what you should go with. Specialization goo projectiles from the goo gun will now stick to the base of turrets in the same way as goo from barrels. The UI had a ton of fixes here. There's a lot of player name updates, game mode updates, and things changes there, including an issue where the larger Battle Pass reward images didn't cover the whole tile. VFX fixed an issue that caused fog at the edge of the screen to flicker occasionally, which probably happened on lower settings. VoIP got a console fix where it would stop working after entering the console overlay after launching the game. Might have been why you had some less chatters recently. Weapons got some fixes here, an issue where the player's gun would be offset when playing with a sight. The AKM got the updated ammo count on the item overview screen, and same with the CL40. However, I will say here we do have a post here pointing out that the sight seems to not be fixed, at least for those red dot sights. Or even a commenter pointed out here that it gave him an issue with the new patch, even though before this was never a problem for them ever. So it does seem like it's been reintroduced and even a problem for most people now, or everybody. With the new update, we also got a brand new intro. I'll play that for you now.
The stars, distant, watching. When will they arrive? Will your family be disintegrated first or last? Will your family dog become their leader? With Holtau's alien invasion insurance, you don't have to worry. Alto, we got your back.
Moving on though, we got the brand new Halloween store update, which includes the Captain Saucerin set, the Underworld Outcast, and the Luke D. Doom set, which is a weapon skin. If you've noticed from the Captain Saucerian set, that was actually in the Season 1 Battle Pass. So there's been a little bit of a controversy there if this should be coming back or if Battle Pass skins should be on the store. I'm curious on what your guys' thoughts with this is. Not a lot of games do this. In fact, even when Fortnite does this, they normally either refund or take away the cosmetic. Sometimes they've left it in people's inventory, but they have removed it to the store pretty fast. However, it does look like this was obviously very intended. As of recording this video with the Alien Bundle or the Saucerian set, we have an update here from Embark Dusty. They said here they've seen much discussion around the Alien Bundle, which was a part of the Season 1 Battle Pass being available. And to start with, the Alien Pumpkinhead and the Batwings are limited time only available items during the seasonal Halloween event. But only the pumpkin was marked correctly, which they apologize for. So all of those are only available until November 13th. This is the first time they're doing something like this. The Battle Pass was designed to be an amazing deal on key items of a season, one that is crazy affordable and also earns you enough money to get to the next one with some left over. It's a fun and affordable way to get to the themed items of each season, either through playing actively or buying the Battle Pass pages. Where they try to avoid using FOMO as a money-making tool as much as possible, they don't think that this is healthy, which is why the store items often stay forever. Seasonal items might return. It's also why they allow their items in the bundles to be purchased individually if you don't want the entire bundle. They do have items that are meant to reward for doing an amazing job during season, things like Ruby, Diamond, and Emerald rewards, for example, that you can only get by participating in the season and doing well. Those will never return and cannot be purchased. They brought the Alien back and opted against making changes to these items because they didn't want those of you who already bought and earned it in Season 1 to feel tempted to purchase it again. Additionally, there's a strong thematic reason for the Aliens' return at this time, which will become clearer tomorrow. So that is Embark's thoughts on that. Again, I'm curious on what your guys' thoughts is there. Moving on though, we do have our last minute mentionables. First up here with that intro segment, as you just saw, someone points out here the benefits keep stacking with Hotel Alien Invasion Insurance now. So you're not just covered with the sun, you're also covered with aliens. We also have another PSA here, where this person points out that you could turn off enemy colors for improved thermal vision, which it actually does look pretty strong here. However, the trade-off here, as a commenter points out, knowing what team is where is too important to make this trade-off. So unless you're using a lot of the thermal vision, probably not worth the trade-off here. Hopefully they just add this setting in general or allow this to be the default. As a last minute mention, well, of course, we have those skins I always showcase off at the end of my videos. That is again from the finals runway category on my Discord, where you can join and post those and be featured on the star models page and maybe potentially featured in my videos. So first up here we have one from Bongo, who calls this one chromed up and thick. Definitely looks pretty cool. The all matching outfit here, like a one piece with some nice shimmer tones, of course, across the top. Next up here we have one from Galdento, who calls this one Devil's Advocate. Definitely fits the Halloween theme here, and even has some matching red eyes, gloves, and shoes. Overall, that should about cover for today's video. If you like and subscribe, and until the next one, deuce!